In the midst of Bronx Week 2022, the Center for Engaged Learning presents Fordham in the Community, a summit on community development and partnership.
We're here celebrating community. We're coming together after 2 years being isolated with the pandemic. We're here specifically to create partnerships, to build community, and specifically create infrastructure to specifically work together if we go through a pandemic of the extent of COVID as it was, to make sure that we have communication is infrastructure to be able to communicate and to collaborate.
I think this is deeply important both to the community of the Bronx as well as the Fordham community to get a chance to be able to come together, to build solutions together, and to be really working in collaboration and in partnership. I think this borough is so strong, it's so resilient, has so many assets and strengths, so if we're able to work together and bring those together, we can really affect a lot of change.
I think the significance of this event is the recognition in everyone needing each other and understanding that we can all serve each other in some capacity, and the fact that they've now launched this new website that is going to make I think they have like 27 organizations right now listed, but the idea is to enroll as many people as possible into being like this one hub of a resource in which you could find anything that a Bronxite could be in need of.
Executive Director of Mary Mitchell Family and Youth Center represented the organization and shared details on what services they provide for the community.
Our primary program is an after-school program for youth between the ages 5 and 12 years old. We also have a summer camp program for the same youth as well. And we do a lot of work around food justice, food access, and healthy eating. So we have programs like a food justice club that has young teens and young adults between the ages of 13 to 24 years old, and they do a lot of work around healthy eating, cooking demos with our younger youth, talking about why it's so important to eat healthy, not eating junk food, and the repercussions that come from having chips and soda and things like that. And then we connect them to our local community gardens. So we're a huge supporter of teaching where our food comes from and understanding like the farm to table aspect. So we do a lot of that with our community gardens, and we're actually starting a hydroponic farm at the center right now. So we have a lot of things going around with food access and food security.
Dr. Meisha Porter, who was the first Black female chancellor of the New York City Department of Education, is now the CEO and president of the Bronx Community Foundation.
The Bronx Community Foundation, it's the only community foundation in the Bronx that is dedicated solely to supporting Bronxites, eradicating inequities, and supporting nonprofits, small businesses, and ensuring that the Bronx has a place where we are engaged in giving, in which community members have a part in the decision-making process. What is so important about events like this is we're rebuilding the Bronx with the Bronx by the Bronx, right? And the Bronx was hardest hit by the pandemic because of the situation and the reality in the Bronx pre-pandemic, right? And so it's not by accident that the Bronx was hardest hit. All of us who are Bronxites know if you had asked us 10 years ago if there was a pandemic, who would be hardest hit, we would have said us. And so what happened in the pandemic, though, that was beautiful was Bronxites came together, nonprofits came together, small businesses came together in service of supporting each other and in service of supporting our communities and families. That's what today is about. That's what this event is about. That's what the foundation's about.
This event is a sneak peek into the bright future for the Bronx. Reporting for BronxNet, this is Kairi Moody.